Hey guys, Sean Bougie here, surplusfundsriches.net. And this video is going to be on assignment of contracts or assignable contracts and subject to contracts, why your conversion rate is so horrible. And guys, I know a lot of you are thinking that you have somehow failed using those techniques. That is not the case. You did not fail using those techniques. Those techniques failed you, and I'll tell you why. Number one, you are not addressing the needs of the seller, and those needs are at odds with one another. I'll get into that. You do not actually control the property with those contracts, guys. They are still extremely slippery, and that seller is going to go around you. Number three, sellers and agents are wise to the fact that you are just a middleman. You don't have the funds, and the funds letter that you're bringing is brought into question because it's bogus. You know it. These techniques, guys, just so you know, I know that there's guys even today selling these techniques. They are 30 plus years old. 30 plus years old. You are not, number four, you're not doing the title work, which is killing your negotiation strength, and it's bringing your knowledge and ability into question with the seller and your end buyer investors, guys. You don't know how many times I've seen online where somebody's trying to flip a property that they have under contract, an assignable contract or a subject to contract, and they're quoting DTV and they're making up fix-up numbers. Seasoned investors, which are the ones that are going to actually buy from you, they see right through that. This video, just so you know, will also cover how to triple your conversion rate and control the deal. Actually control it. All right, first let's talk about not addressing the needs of the seller and the fact that those needs are at odds with one another. What do I mean by that? Well, guys, the majority of sellers that would consider your offer are in a financial crisis. They're facing a tax sale or a mortgage foreclosure, and often they live in the property or have a family member living in the property. So they've got dual considerations here, guys. They need a little bit of time and they need money up front. And that's important because the way you're doing it with assignable contracts or with subject to, that doesn't need either of those meet either of those needs. These sellers need cash now and time. With your method, you don't give cash to lock down that slippery contract, and you can't promise time when the investors want them out ASAP. All right, here's the other big deal, the elephant in the room. You do not actually control the property with those types of contracts. All you have is a promise from the owner that they'll sell to you. Technically, I guess that's your end buyer, right? The seller will sell to a buyer who can close quicker or give terms that they need. If somebody else comes along, guys, somebody else comes along that has money and can close a week earlier, they're going to sell to them. They're going to completely disregard your contract. You know, I'm telling you the truth. How many times have you had a deal set up only to find the seller had closed with someone else? Happens a lot, guys. And you don't have, what's your recourse? After another person is closed on that house, you don't have any recourse. What are you going to do? You're going to go after them in court? You've lost the deal and it's too late. You didn't have the money to buy the property up front. You certainly don't have the money for the attorneys to try to switch that contract around, especially since you're not the end buyer. Of course, the sellers realize you don't have funds. The funds letter is questioned. These techniques, I can't say it enough. They are 30 plus years old. You're using an outdated method that everyone knows about. There's nothing new here. You cannot offer them what they need with these methods, time and or money. This is another big one, guys. You're not doing title work. You're checking to see the foreclosing debt and that's it. That kills your negotiation strength and it brings your knowledge and ability into question. Guys, DTV based on just the foreclosing debt is just a start and you aren't checking debt thoroughly. If there's additional debt, that could help you buy this for even cheaper because there is a little more risk on your part and you can give a lot less money to the owner as a result. You don't necessarily have to pay off that additional debt right away. You can do that when you flip it. Okay, that can come right out of the closing statement, right out of the HUD. That can come right out of that. You don't have to come up with that money up front, but just knowing it is a big deal, helps your negotiation strength. The other part of that is Not knowing about additional debt is going to throw a red flag with the seller because they know what their debt is. Not knowing it is going to throw up a red flag with the seller and with your potential end buyer investors. The seller isn't believing you can do the deal because you don't know the debt. Also, and this is a big one, judgments against owners recorded in the same county where the house is located, also count against that property, against title. So you've got to do that last minute check on that as well to make sure you know exactly where you are. I've done numerous videos where I've been able to use that to my benefit and have much stronger negotiation strength and get properties for next to nothing. So here's the reason why you're watching this. How do you fix this situation once and for all and start making real money? Flipping that property as is. Well, one, do the title work. It's not hard. We teach you how to do that. You research the debt against the property. This creates credibility with the seller and with your end buyer, your investors or buyers. Number two, meet the seller's needs. Money now and time to get out. That will include paying off past due taxes to stop the sale or past due, mortgages, catch up the mortgage. Now keep watching. I know you're going, wait a minute, I don't have the money for this. Just keep watching. You'll see what I'm talking about. Don't get a contract, guys. Get a deed. Control the property. You are not controlling the property, and that contract doesn't mean jack. Flip the property as is, where is to an investor on the open market, and we will teach you how to do that. We'll teach you how to come up with the money. We're going to teach you all this. Okay, you don't have the money to pay off the foreclosing debt or to catch up the mortgage, okay? How do you accomplish this? Well, we call it deed flipping. We offer a comprehensive course that not only teaches you how to do it on your own, okay, in your own way. Cleaner, it's more profitable, higher converting, but it also gives you a partnership option. If you partner with us, you can rely on our money and negotiation strength to get the deals where others are failing and where you have failed in the past. And we pay you extremely well. By the way, guys, we pay you more than the investor was going to pay you on the back end. There's two programs we have. The National Deed Flip. With this one, you research the debt of those properties that are coming up for tax or mortgage foreclosure. You turn it into us. We find the owner. We negotiate with them. We record that deed first. Then we give them some upfront money, pay more money on the back end, pay off the foreclosing debt if it's taxes, or catch up the mortgage to stop that foreclosure. And we flip it. We pay you 15% of net. That's typically over $4,500 to you per deal because our average net is over 30 grand. The deed flip 30, with this one, you research the debt of properties coming up for tax or mortgage foreclosure. Contact the owner to see if they would sell to us. That's it. Just, hey, would you consider selling? We negotiate the deal, record the deed, give them upfront money, pay off the foreclosing debt, and flip it. We pay you 30% of the net, which is typically over $9,000 to you. And just so you know, because some of you guys are asking this, you're seasoned, okay? Yes, we give them a portion of the money that we're going to pay them up front and more money when they get out of the property if they're in it. That's why I say we give them upfront money. If they're not in the property, we just go ahead and give them what we agreed to. We're at surplusfundsriches.net. Check us out. Guys, start closing deals and make real money in real estate. Stop depending on programs that are letting you down. Thanks. Have a great day.